we met him when he was arm wrestling someone, which instantly told me, oh, you're this type of person. Hey guys, it's me, Indigo, and I'm here today with another wrap-up. I haven't done many videos this past 2 months. I hoped I would, but I didn't. Kind of disappointed in myself, but hopefully this month, if I'm not moving or whatever, because we are planning to move, I'll have some videos out. Stop licking yourself. Stop it. Talk about the books I read between May and June. I wrote them all down on this little sticky note. I read 4 books. One of them I DNF'd, so I'm going to quickly just talk about the one I DNF'd. Sorry if you hear noises, my dog is sleeping. The book I DNF'd was Black Widow Forever Red, and that book is, I don't know what to tell you about it because I didn't get far. Part of the reason why I DNF'd it, was kind of the writing style and also the 2 main characters. I was fine with Natasha and being in her point of view, but there was also 2 other point of views you were in, which was Alex and Ava, I think is what her name was. They gave me such bad fan fiction vibes, and I felt like I was reading a bad fan fiction. I hated Alex. We met him when he was arm wrestling someone, which instantly told me, oh, you're this type of person. And the way he just called his friend dude and all that shit. And also he woke up with a weird tattoo and he didn't tell anyone. Yeah, I don't like Alex. From the beginning I met him, I didn't like him. Ava, I'm a little intrigued by her, but she's still very plain. And again, I may have not gotten far enough for me to learn about her, but at the time, right now, I'm not in the mood to read that type of book and force my way through it to the point where it does get interesting. So that's why I DNF'd it for now. Quickly going to mention this one because it's for educational reasons. I read White Fragility, Why It's Hard for White People to Talk About Racism. Not rating it because it's an educational book. Would I recommend it to everyone? No. I recommend you watching some other videos about it. I've heard that there's some problematic things, and there's a couple of problematic things in that book. But I did learn about some stuff. One thing really, not that she repeats a lot of the same stuff, so would I recommend reading it? No, I would recommend reading some other books. Yeah, if you want to learn more about that type of subject. If you want to know some, there's already a bunch of lists online you can find. Just avoid that one. Am I stopping learning about it? No. I'm going to find some other books to read. Anyways, moving on. Next book I read was Siege and Storm. I gave that 2 stars. Not a lot to talk about that one. I'm taking a break from the Grisha books because that one was very hard to get through. And the only reason I was able to kind of get through it was because of Nikolai. I love him with all my heart. He's the only character I love. But Mal and Atlantic are going to suck it. I hate them. I hate being on Elena's point of view. I hate their relationship. I want to rip my hair out every time they talk about relationship problems. Forget about the Darkling. He was hardly in this book. The only reason why I love Nikolai so much is because he made Mal so angry. He made him leave the room. He's the first one to actually point it out. You guys have the most insecure relationship I've ever seen, and I agree with him. So yeah, taking a break from that before I move on to the 3rd book. And then I'm going to read the Six of Crows duology, and I'm very excited for it. The next book I had read was Lair Dreams, which I gave a 4.5 stars. I really, really liked this one. Sam was my favorite in this whole book. I loved being in his point of view and learning more about him. Him and, it's been a while since I read these books. I finished Lair Dreams much more earlier last month. So, what was her name? Evie? Yeah, Evie. I love being in where their little adventure and trying to figure out where Sam's mom is. Didn't care for Jericho really, and his whole debacle with Mabel. Zeta and Memphis. I love them both. I love their relationship so much. Henry, I loved him. I really wanted to learn more about him in the first book because I really loved him. So seeing that he was a main character and he had a whole arc himself and part of the whole mystery and murder type of thing. It was really, really cool, and I loved learning more about him and his home life, and we introduced a new character, which was really, really cool. I loved this whole book. I laughed. I didn't cry, but I almost did. I really like this series. I'm really excited to read the third book. Next one that I had read was Defy the Stars, which I gave a 4.5 stars. I'm thinking about changing it to a 5 because I constantly think about it. This one I'm actually explain the description about it because this is the first book, and all of these were sequels except for Black Widow, which I don't know how to explain other than it's Black Widow. Defy the Stars is very much in the future, and we follow two characters. One of them is Naomi. She's a human. She's from a planet named Genesis, and she's a soldier. She's a Latino soldier, and she's really badass. She was put on a mission to go destroy a gate. Her best friend, they crashed into this ship. Her friend got injured and was obviously dying. So she was searching on the ship for the med room, the place where all the medical supplies are. Sick room, that's what it's called. But in the sick room, she has found a android, and they are against androids. They will try to kill them, and that's what exactly he tried to do, was kill her. And this android is Abel. He has been stuck in the ship for 30 years. It was because it was malfunctioning or something was happening. I can't remember off the top of my head. So they put him in his room, and then everyone left. And he's been stuck there for 30 years. His whole mission is to just return to his master, or father. But after Naomi's friend died, and she still had to do this mission of destroying the gate, there was only one way to do it, and the ship was able to do it, but it was missing supplies. And if they did do it, someone would surely die. The ship, even though it could do it, it would definitely destroy them both. So she was definitely going to use the android for it, but they go across the galaxy trying to find various types of parts for their ship. While also, there were androids coming for Abel and trying to bring him back to his father. But because Naomi was the new captain of the ship, he was under her control. And yeah, it's just, and so Abel will fall in love with Naomi, and it's a very sweet little trilogy. I think it's 3 books. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with the series because it's really, really cute. If you love Detroit Become Human, you would love Defy the Stars. Abel is adorable, and Naomi is completely other badass. I love her. All the other characters you meet along the way are awesome. And yeah, those are the books I read this month for May and June. I didn't record that much. I only recorded 10 minutes talking about these books because I can't really talk about the rest of these because one, it's an educational book, and these other 2 were sequels, so I can't talk about them. And the Black Widow one I haven't finished, so I can't talk about it. So to fill in time, I guess, let's talk about the books I'm going to read for the reading rush. I have a reading journal right here, so I'm going to use that to talk about these books. I should grab them before I talk about them. Alright. So, reading journal right here. I'm going to tell you the books I'm reading for the reading rush. A couple of these are for the challenges. If I would tell you the challenges, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. Set this down here. I'm going to talk about the physical books first. My Lesbian Experience with Lonliness by Nagata Kabi. Hopefully I got your name right. This is a autobiography about this author right here, discovering her sexuality and all that type of stuff. I picked this one because I remember it's supposed to be based on a different continent from your own. This is based in Japan. So I read this last year and I really, really like it, so I want to do a quick reread. A lot of these are graphic novels because I can get through those really fast. 2 more graphic novels I'm going to read. Troublemaker Volume 1 and Volume 2, which are by Janet Ivanovich and Alex. really know what to tell you about these books. I read these years ago when I was a kid, but pretty much just know it is about Miami, voodoo, and just trouble in general. I don't know anything about the story. And yeah, there's a dog in there. His name is Beans. He's a, Beans. Saint Bernard. He's a Saint Bernard. Look at him. Oh, I like it. Remember, the dog is significant in the story, so that's why I like him. Yeah, I'm gonna read Volume 1 and Volume 2, because I will be able to get through them quickly, but they're not that big, so. What I'm gonna read is the 7th volume of Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. Yeah, don't know. It's part of Fullmetal Alchemist series. 7th volume. I don't know anything about these ones, so I don't know what to tell you. It is Sandman by Neil Gaiman. Don't know what to tell you about this one. My brother gave this to me like for Christmas one year, and I don't know anything about it other than that. I could read the back. I don't know. Give me some on the back. I'm not really finding an about this story. I know that art style is absolutely beautiful. My brother has like a whole like collection type of version, and it's really, really pretty. Look at that art style. It's so good. Yeah, I'm not finding an about, which is fine. Completely fine. But if you want to know what the story is, you can look it up yourself. Next book I'm going to read, which is the last like physical book I'm going to read, which is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the 3rd book of the Raven Cycle series. I haven't read the Raven Cycle in a really long time. I really want to read it, and I think I will get through it really fast. So there will be no problem. I'm also using a reader rush to like finish a bunch of books that I've started but never finished. It's like this one, for example. I'm reading the Inkheart by Cornelia Funke. I'm only this way through. I'm on page 151, and there's like 500 pages, so hopefully if I just like push on through the whole week, I'll be able to finish it. These other ones that I'm going to read is The Poet X, which I don't remember the author's name, so I'll put up it on the screen. I started that one and I never finished it, even though it's 3 hours. I'm really excited to finish that one because it's really good. I remember really liking it, but I just never finished it. The other one is Imaginary Friend by Chbosky. Yeah, I also started that one. I never finished it. I only had 10 hours left, so I can just like speed on through for a whole day, just paint. Another one I'm going to try and finish is Frankly in Love. Also got that one for a reading challenge thing in February. It was like the Visco Girls, and that was the group book, and I got it, and I never started. So yeah. I'm already starting really strong this whole month. I already finished 2 books, which is awesome. Hopefully I can get through more. But yeah, that will be this whole video. The books that I read in May and June, and also my reading rush TBR. Hopefully I stick by it. Planning out a video of doing a 100-page challenge with Percy Jackson, so look out for that video. That will be coming out sometime. I don't know when. I have to actually make it. I haven't actually started. But yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this, that's bookish and artist type of content, go click the subscribe button down below. And if you like this video, go leave it a like so I know. If you want to see any like bookish tags or art and book or artist related content, let me know. I will happily do them. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day. And yeah, bye guys.